Hello, I'm Martin Park. You can call me Coach. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about how much junk food are you eating. But before we can look at the amount, we have to define the word junk in relation to food. The dictionary definition that I like for the word junk is something that is useless or unnecessary. And that is the definition that I will be using for this discussion. So the question, how much junk food are you eating, is really asking how much food are you eating that to your body is useless or unnecessary at that time. Let's start with useless. There is a saying that goes, if you look after the pennies, the pounds will look after themselves. And what it is essentially implying is that if you look after the smaller essential details of something, then the larger, more complex issues will be looked after by default. And I believe this is the case when it comes to your diet and the food you choose to eat on a daily and weekly basis. We eat to provide our bodies with the energy, calories, and the necessary nutrients that it needs on a daily basis. There are the macronutrients, the energy providers. These are the equivalent of the pounds. And there are the micronutrients. These are the equivalent of the pennies. Most of the advice that you'll find on the internet, YouTube, etc., is focused on the macronutrients, the pounds, and how to get the so-called right balance. And while this can be an important component of an effective diet, our bodies are very well equipped to survive on a wide range of combinations of protein, fat, and carbohydrates. So, in reality, you don't need to focus on this aspect of diet as much as you are being told, as your body will adjust to function on whatever balance that you give it. That is its job, and it is very good at doing it. But when it comes to the micronutrients, and especially the essential micronutrients, other than vitamin D, our bodies have no way of obtaining them other than via the food we eat. And if the food we choose to eat on a daily and weekly basis is deficient in any of the micronutrients, then over time our health and well-being will suffer, and we will be setting ourselves up for numerous health-related problems. So back to the pounds and pennies analogy. If you only focused on the micronutrients and you ate to ensure that you obtained all of your daily needs, then to achieve that, you will have by default eaten a substantial amount of quality food. And as no single food can provide you with all of your micronutrients, then again, by default, you will have also eaten a wide variety of foods. And then finally, those quality foods that you have chosen to eat so as to provide all your daily micronutrients will, by default, also have provided your body with a wide range of proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. So in this case, if you look after the pennies, your micronutrient needs, you will definitely look after the pounds, your macronutrient needs. Well, that's all great, Marty, but what has that got to do with the question, how much junk food are you eating? We define that what the question is really asking is, how much food are you eating that to your body is useless or unnecessary? And I said, let's start with useless. And now that you are aware of the absolute importance of eating to obtain your daily micronutrient needs, it is now very easy for us to work out what foods are useless, as in we do not have a use for them, is any food that isn't contributing to what your body actually needs. And I mean any, not just the usual suspects of junk food that is generally defined as food that is high in calories, fat, sugar, and or salt, and contains little to no nutritional value. No, it could be any food that is normally, and in the right amount, considered a good food, such as meat or fruit or pasta, bread or rice. There is no point in eating more beef or chicken or pork if you are deficient in calcium, as these foods are useless to you at providing calcium. There is no point in eating more apples or oranges or peaches if you are deficient in iron, as these foods are useless to you at providing iron. And there is no point in eating more rice or pasta or bread if you are deficient in omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, as these foods are useless to you at providing those. And that is why it is imperative that you take the time to find out what you need and in what amounts, and then go about selecting foods that will provide you with exactly that. And if you can't do this on your own, then you will need to employ an expert to assist, much in the same way that you would if you needed to get your car serviced or your teeth cleaned and you didn't know how to do it yourself. If your goal is to maximize your well-being and avoid both the short-term and long-term effects of a bad diet, of which the list of possible negative complications runs into the hundreds, you will make the effort to get this right. And then finally, before I end this discussion, there is the unnecessary version of junk foods. Some examples of unnecessary junk foods include cakes and biscuits, fast foods such as chips and burgers and pizzas and fried meat, chocolate and sweets and candies and lollies, processed meats of all kinds, snack foods such as chips and crackers, sugary drinks such as sports, energy and soft drinks, and alcoholic drinks of all kinds. And my recommendation regarding these foods is that if you are extremely active and you have gone to the trouble of working out a diet that is providing all of your daily micronutrient needs, as we discussed above, then as long as you keep your total calories under control, you could enjoy some of these foods at your discretion. But if you are sedentary and you don't participate in a lot of physical activity, or you are overweight, then these types of junk food should not have a place in your diet at all, as they will only contribute to unnecessary weight gain and ill health. If I may, can I ask you to comment on my clips in the comments section and let me know if you find them helpful, or if you have any other specific topics that you would like me to consider, then please let me know. I thank you for watching, and I look forward to spending some time with you again. Bye for now.